Today, Precarious plays
The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. Where does the fire come from?
Okay. Sorry, I wasn't getting the bonk bonks.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's in the room with the child. He was screaming so loudly that it kept extinguishing the flame. And now that he's asleep, they've ignited again.
That's messed up.
You should put the bunny hood on, because that should allow you to do this pretty handily. And you'll need Deku sticks, of course.
Oh, do I have Deku sticks?
Yeah, you got 7 of them.
Okay.
Not that they'll do you any good hidden in your inventory.
Not that the bunny hood will do any good when it's not on my frickin' head. Okay.
I think it's cute that Link doesn't bother to take his hat off before he puts, like, the bunny hood on.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no, I'm not gonna... This is my brand. I'm not gonna break up my brand just to move with, like, the speed of the wild. Come on. So light that sucker and now run through the facility. Every few torches, you should put that one away by standing still and pressing A. Or swinging your sword. And now get a new stick. And then keep going. You have to go down the ramp to the right. Nope, I'm sorry. It is not that direction. I meant to the right. Based on where you were when I said those words.
Okay. Got it.
Like to Link's right.
I thought...
What? Oh! Simulation games. Breath of the Wild. I think that they borrowed some of the trappings of that genre without providing the incentives that genre tends to provide. I think that they may have, like, underestimated the importance of providing tiny little, like, little stories, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's...
Like little through lines?
Yeah, you may have to try again, because I know that until you light all of them, I think that they will extinguish themselves. Oh wait, I'm sorry, no, I think there's one right there. Maybe
that's the one.
Yeah.
No.
Go back up and see if they have started to go out. Yes, they have.
Ooh, we have to do this quickly.
Yeah, well...
Okay, I'm gonna let everything go out for a second.
Yeah, well, just go back up to where you have to start with the one that doesn't go out.
Yes. Agreed.
Breath of the Wild has some moments that provide little stories like that, but a lot of them are like memories from before the game started, and they're not at all doled out in the same way that they would be in, like, Thief, for example, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because Thief, it's like, to get a story bit, to get a little bit of background information in Thief or Dishonored, for example, usually what you do is you just stop moving and listen to a guard for a while.
Yeah.
Right?
It's all around you, constantly.
And then for something like Deus Ex, it's like every terminal that you interact with.
Where?
That was really fast. Let me try.
Yeah, where is... I'm not missing any torches, am I? Do you think I'm missing torches?
I don't know. I think maybe the first one... I think that the first one had just gone out already. And you've got the bunny hood too, which says to me that maybe the timer is just not generous enough.
Mm-hmm.
Because that was...
I had to go back on one of them.
I would rate that as pretty slick.
Aw, thanks.
But the game did not seem to approve. So let me take a quick spin. What were you gonna say?
I was just going to remark on how nice it is to have story rolling around all over all the time in a world like that. Like, well, this is a different type of game. Yeah, boy. Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
This is a different type
I feel like you should have gotten it that second time because, like, I just messed up one right at the end. You saw that.
Yeah.
So I think that it really did just come down to, like, a fraction of a second right at the end.
So we got the thing spinning. What does that do to us?
Now we have to do some property damage.
I mean, I've already busted up all the pots in the place.
Oh, have you?
Oh, do we have to do this in a time limit? Or just
No,
do it?
you just have to do it.
Give. Give!
Mine
Thank you.
me! Mine!
Fuck. Alright, waddle my buttons back up there. No, I'm not, because I'm the best. Is there a good way to control the camera while doing this?
No.
Or just,
No,
is there
this...
any way to control the camera while doing this?
Z targeting?
Oh, that does work, though. It did not work in my favor.
I am going to tell you now that before we started playing, this mask and that function, and what the game eventually asks you to do with it, optional or not, right? It's just like the skill ceiling, like the thing that they put in the game that is hardest regarding that motion, that ability. That is what made me. This is what made me want to, have you play Ocarina of Time in its entirety before you played this game.
I have to say that having gotten to this point in this game, I know I was like freaked out when I started, but I really like this a lot more.
Than Ocarina of Time?
A lot. It's so much slicker.
Ocarina-
Slicker, more slick. Better. It is better. Tighter.
You should open the pots for magic. The smaller pots, I'm sorry.
Sorry, it's just all the combinations of satisfying sounds and noises and speed, and it's just fun. It's fun. Regular old, good old fashion.
Goron fun.
This is the kind of fun that I would have if I didn't have a mortal body.
I think that.
No, not quite.
I think that this has got to be. Oh wait, it is pretty similar to that now that I think about it. It feels like this would be like a Goron like field game.
Yeah.
Like you'd get Goron drunk and you'd invite over all of the wee Goron lasses and they'd giggle as you and your mates like rolled and tried to jump off the ramps into the pots that you set up above the lobby.
Oh, well, that
was a sick
sickness.
dark side.
This is
tail
bowling.
grind.
This is bowling, is what this is. Gorons would love bowling, and they would just never use the bowling balls. And the pins would be enormous. They would be like the size of these pillars.
It's funny that you mentioned that because I'm pretty sure that in Ocarina of Time, bowling was bomb chew bowling. Like there was the bomb chew bowling alley. Oh, is that it?
What is it?
Well, let's go ahead and deliver that because that's still a prize and it leads to a mask, so that's cool.
Okay. That looks like a pile of crap. Or a...
No, it's delectable.
Is this like a rock
sirloin?
Roast?
Yes.
Okay. Where does this go?
You need to go back to the blacksmith. Don't drop it and forget about it. Just gotta walk there on foot because you can't roll on carry.
Oh.
No,
Okay.
This is a perfect way to end this episode because it will give me lots of time to finish my thoughts. We gotta go up the ramps. Remember. No, not the good ramps. The shitty ramps. You're back to the old ways because you can't roll. Stop your belly aching.
But if I don't, no one's ever. Whoa! Did you see that? You saw his eyes.
Yeah.
I saw the white of his eyes.
Ooh.
I've never seen the whites of a Goron's eyes. That must have been some serious shit that just happened.
Your quarter of a heart of damage, yeah. Serious business.
Oh, I see a frozen ice. I see an ice pop in the corner over there. I'm gonna get into that later.
Don't fall down in the hole.
What hole?
That hole on the right.
Oh, okay. You mean the cliff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure. Yes.
Okay.
I mean, it even has, like, it was surprising to me. If you want, you can just go, don't fall in that grotto, go to the left, just drop off. Just drop off and, bastards. No, it's fine. You can roll into a ball and go back up there. Just make sure you don't go into the grotto accidentally. Okay, now you can grab the sirloin. I promise you can, you can do it. I believe. There. I thought that it would go with you.
Yeah.
But they very obnoxiously were like, no, whenever you start sliding, you just drop it.
They just wanted me
at
to
your last
parade
position.
across all of these bridges with all of these wolves with a giant stake over my head. Like, no, bitches.
I think you're going to like what happens next.
Am I still going the right direction?
Yes.
Okay.
It even has weapon degradation, which is like a hallmark of like System Shock 2 and like Prey. Like they actually had a patch that allowed for more survival type hard options, and one of them was weapon degradation. Go to the pond. That pond.
Oh, this fellow.
Yes.
He was hungry.
Imbue him with the strength that only a delicious
I have
like
to
marble
throw it.
sirloin
Hey, friend.
can provide.
Why does he have a frog on his head?
Dodongo Caverns. How does he know about Dodongo Cavern? Is there a Dodongo Cavern here?
I don't know.
The plot. It thickens. Oh-ho!
That's right.
So unless he does a mighty leap. No, he was just hungry.
Yeah.
I thought he was worried about plunging through the ice, but he was just needed a snack.
I know how that can be, man. I know how that can be. I get hangry too.
But this was more like apathy and hungry.
Mm-hmm.
Apathy. I think you'll like this.
It's for me. I can talk to him. This lets me talk to him, right? Or at least dance with him. I just want more friends. More friends. Good ones.
But by him, what do you mean?
The director of the Frog Choir.
Well, you are the director of the Frog Choir.
Oh.
You know the frogs that you've been like, I wish I could talk to the frogs.
This is that, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't look so fancy without his hat. I feel bad for stealing this from him. Aww.
The weird thing is that even if you go back in the past, because it was a mask, I think that you'll still have it.
That's cool.
Well, yeah, but that just means that he's just gonna be like, where did my mask go? Where did my cool hat go?
He'll forgive me. He doesn't have to understand everything. That's one of the things that I had to let go when we started playing this game. I don't have to understand everything at once.
It winds up being a situation where it's like, guess I must have lost it in the wash? Whatever.
Whatever. Yeah, because no one's gonna be like, someone has been plucking at the strings of fate, and so my hat is missing.
Someone's cheating time. You know what? If this were a D&D campaign, I swear every few, like, cycles, you'd have to fight an inevitable. And that'd be rad.
Yeah.
If every few cycles, an increasingly powerful inevitables were like, Link, stop fucking with time, man. Quit it.
That would give you...
That moon is supposed to crash into the space.
That would be weird. Do you want to DM sometime?
This is super bonus territory, but since we've got a mic, I just want to say that I have wanted for a long time to run a really, really difficult campaign that used more like video gamey rules, like concerning death, right?
Right.
Like I wanted to run like a Dark Souls inspired campaign or like a temporally manipulative campaign where the players, like, if they fail, they get another chance, but it still like adds to their personal continuity.
Yeah.
So just like in Dark Souls, when you die, your character died. They experience the pain of death, but then they go back to the last bonfire that they rested at.
Mm-hmm.
Link, when he fails to save Termina every cycle, he remembers it. And then he goes back in time and he has to try again. I would love to do something like that, but I have trouble getting people to sit around for, like, regular D&D.
Never mind your soul-crushing die every 2 or 3 encounters D&D.
Yeah, like we're going to incorporate it in and you'll get experience for it. You'll get experience for losing. I would love to do a Groundhog Day style D&D campaign where after like a week, like a lich, right? A lich comes and it's always the same lich. It is always CR20 and I'm just going to keep throwing it at you guys until you beat it. And whenever it kills you, you all wake up at the start of that 7-day cycle again.
That sounds less fun.
Well, no.
All right, I get
it would be cool because every time, I'm assuming that you would probably level up like once or twice every 7-day cycle until eventually you guys got up to like level 14 and we're like, we're only level 14 and this is like CR20, but we know exactly, like that's what I would do is I would have like a list of things that he would do every round and it would never change. He would always fight in the exact same way. So then eventually you guys would just be like, counterspell, counterspell, fireball, counterspell.
Dead! It's done, we're free!